Damn, I've gotten really fat. Hey, welcome to the channel. It's been a while. I'm sure everyone would like to hear about like where I've been. Why haven't I uploaded a video in like forever? Life updates. How's my daughter doing? I'm sure that's the video everyone would like me to do right now, or at least most of my followers. That's what they would want me to do. However, I'm gonna return from like 3 months, and I'm gonna talk about New World. Oh no, I know, a gaming video from nowhere. Why? Well, I don't do much gaming content on this channel. I usually talk about that on my actual gaming channel. However, this is kind of something that hit kind of it hit kind of home close, kind of, you can say. And there will be like upcoming videos about our life and all that, but I just feel like I want to do this now before the topic goes completely cold, because I'm already behind on making this video. I've been thinking about this for a while now. Anyway, there's this MMO that came out a few years ago, and when it came out it was like this huge thing because it was kind of new. It was trying some new things that don't really have been done properly before, and it's now shutting down, which is something I've been predicting for a long time. Anyway, so I figured let's make a video talking about it. So I started playing New World on like the official release. I didn't play the beta or like test servers. When the game came out, that's when I got it and I gave it a go, and it looked really good. Like graphically, it was impressive, and it was really good on release, like the actual gameplay. The PvP was amazing, the leveling progression was fun, the way you unlocked new weapons and abilities and all that, very amazing. And New World actually is probably the only MMO I ever played where tasks like the war, like what's it called, the gathering system was actually fun. When you went and looked for trees and rocks or minerals or whatever, and you were mining, it just felt good doing those activities. Cutting down a tree, it actually fell, and the sounds and the pop-ups, it's like you got a kill in Call of Duty, every time you pop down a tree. And it was really fun. It was unique. It's the only MMO that made that. And a few more good things about the game: the freedom of how you wanted to level up, the freedom of customizing your weapon and build and all that. Really amazing, unique, something I haven't played before in an MMO, not to that extent. The biggest thing MMOs usually do is like you can pick a skill tree, and you can like sometimes you can pick skills from different skill trees, but this is like there was no class. You picked up weapons and you leveled up the weapons, and you could switch and combine it however you wanted for whatever fun thing you wanted to do. And another thing was the world PvP was so amazing. You could play with a sniper rifle and hide in a bush, and when you hid, like when you lay down, your name tag disappeared. So like you could make really fun PvP ambushes with like groups and stuff like that, and wars were like created between players and clans and stuff. It was really fun in the beginning. However, there's a few things that ruined the game. Like the game got a really bad reputation after pretty short start, because it was riddled with bugs and stuff. There was people duping gold and cheating and all kind of stuff, and everyone was kind of like, too many bugs and cheaters, and the economy is ruined in the game. It's not fun, so people left. But then they made updates, new patches, they fixed the bugs, and people were like, yeah, it's kind of good now, let's come back, give it a try. And that's where the game died, because they made two massive mistakes. I'm gonna go over them. This is the reason why New World died. Number one, the game changed from PvP orientation to then PvE orientation and then dungeon orientation. So when the game first came out, you could feel how the game was built around world PvP and PK, and it was like player versus player ish, kind of sandboxy. But for some reason, the devs were like, let's stop focusing on that and let's focus more on the PvE. And the PvE, you know, when you're fighting mobs and stuff in New World, is not really fun, you know, because they keep chaining you. You know, the combat is fun, but only in PvP. It's not, the combat is not well designed in PvE, especially not in like dungeons and open world, and it's just kind of tedious, you know. It's just annoying. And the devs for some reason were like, let's focus on making more content of that and let's ignore the PvP completely. And yeah, and then after a while a lot of people quit, and then they're like, okay, this was a mistake. We know how to fix this. Let's focus on dungeons and make raids and stuff. And so they made raids and dungeons and put all their effort on that. And the player base is like, PvP, we want PvP. And the devs are like, what? Oh, you want more dungeons? The players are like, no, why aren't you listening to us? We want PvP. We will leave. We will leave. And the devs are like, no, don't leave. I hear you. I know what you want. You want raids and dungeons. And the players are like, really? And yep. So that's one of the reasons why the game went that kind of downhill. They catered too much time on the PvE and dungeon, and like it shifted from being fun PvP game to becoming a generic, you know, MMO. Like if you want to do that, you can go play any other MMO. Most MMOs are catered around the casual experience and not on the PvP experience, which is what made New World so great in the beginning, because it was so catered around PvP. Like, yeah. But that's like the one big mistake. Now we're coming to the second mistake. The people that actually played and enjoyed the PvP, the balancing of the PvP was probably one of the worst I have ever seen. Now, let me explain the mindset of these developers and how they thought. Let's make a wonderful PvP system where everyone's free to kind of build whatever they want to do. And then heavy armor, being a healer in heavy armor was a little bit too overtuned. And they're like, we know how to fix this. We're gonna destroy heavy armor completely and make it useless. And then everyone went into light armor. And they're like, people seem to enjoy this. Because, you know, back when New World came out, it was kind of on par when Elden Ring came out. And they were like, oh, Elden Ring, Dark Souls is so popular. So everyone playing in light armor, that kind of makes sense, because that's kind of what's popular right now. Because if you are in light armor, you can dodge roll like in Elden Ring and in Souls game. It's basically a Souls-like if you decide to play that way. So they're like, everyone's playing that way and everyone's enjoying it, right? Yeah, but that killed diversity in builds. So now everyone is in light armor because it's the best. And then we have the second problem. What other popular game is out right now? Well, or back then, well, it was more popular back then, but it's still popular today. But it's Fortnite. Yeah. So the devs were like, I think the best way to make this MMO great is to make it a mixture of Fortnite and Elden Ring. So basically they mega buffed all the ranged weapons. So everyone runs around in light armor and using range weapons. So it's basically a Fortnite slash Elden Ring clone. And when they made these decisions, it completely destroyed the PvP scene. So every time you queued the battleground, it was like in Star Wars, you know, you see laser shots flying across the field like this, and there's no clash of warriors like it was in the beginning, like when everyone kind of met and there was this huge balls. No, it was two lines that stood and shot it at each other, and it was so boring. And the thing is, there was so many bad players, and the devs always listened to the bad players, because there was this one thing that could counter a light user. Like if someone used ranged weapons and light armor, they had this one thing which was shield and sword, which you could do a leap that made a stun, and if they failed to dodge it, then they ended up getting comboed, and depending on the build, it would either one-shot them or take out like almost their entire health. And the devs and the bad players, they were like, this is too OP, I don't want to be able to die. And the devs were like, we got you, man, your Fortnite build, it will stay on par. So they implemented like 5 different mechanics to remove CC completely. So if you were in light armor and used a range weapon, the only way to kill you was to be another light armor range user. And basically that completely, they completely killed the player base, and all the melee players just completely left. And they implemented cleansing mechanics, and everything was just for the ranged players, and PvP was a complete mess. Now, after that, you know, the PvP players were like, okay, bye, and the PvE players were like, why are we playing this game? It's so annoying and tedious. Like, the combat is not good. It's a rubber bandy. The mobs CC you forever, and they chain you so you can't move, and you know, it's just not fun, and it's not rewarding, you know. So they left, and everyone left, and the devs were like, oh well, we did our best, but it's not good enough. So yeah, now the game is shutting down. I mean, it's not really shutting down, it's like, it's not getting updates, but it's gonna shut down eventually. And it's strange, because I've played many MMOs in the past with like really, they don't have much player base, but they are still keeping the game alive and up, you know. So it's strange that this one, even though it has like 2,000 players, or between, if you have 2,000 to 5,000 players, and the server can only hold that many players, the game's not really dead, but you know, you take it how you see it. But yeah, that's the problem. Neither way, and people who wonder like how I was as a player, when I played New World, I won 3 PvP server tournaments back to back, and I made a lot of fun content, you know. I did showcase how it was like when like I explained, the bow was so OP that even not using light armor, I just put on a bow and used heavy armor, and I was able to like go into the battleground and just become number 1. Even though I have shaky hand syndrome and I have no experience in range weapons, I could just go and do that. And I remember the last thing I did before I left, which was like, I stopped playing the game like a little bit over a year ago now, I think, and I haven't really touched it since. But I remember my favorite thing to do was I just stood AFK in a nice plain zone, and I used the world chat to be like, dueling for gold, and I just stood there and waited for people to come and duel me, and I had 0 losses. I had 0 losses, and I'm not even kidding. That sounds like, wow, you really didn't lose a single time. Actually not a single time when I was at my peak there. And it was, I have some videos, people can go watch it. It's funny, you know. There are many people who, when they lost, they got so angry, and they didn't wanna pay up, you know, because it was like, you know, if you lose, you pay me 500. If I lose, I pay you 500, you know, or something like that. And there were so many people that got just so angry, and they never paid up. And it was like, look at this scammer, you know. It was fun time. But yeah, New World was amazing when it came out first, and it's sad to see that this happened due to bad developers, you know. People can make all the kind of weird excuses they want, but honestly, the game turned out this way because of bad developers. Anyway, that's my 2 cents about this all. I guess this topic is kind of in the past now, and I'm sure my YouTube viewers aren't very super fond of my gaming videos, but it's a video I wanted to make. Hope you all enjoyed listening to this. I leave a gaming link in the description if you want to go and watch my New World videos, for those who are curious about me in New World. But yeah, happy to see you all, and hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one, which will hopefully be soon. Anyway, thank you, see ya.